Zambia Blog Talk Radio.
The Organization of Zambians Abroad invites you to attend the Oza Zambia Independence event on Saturday, 28th of October, 2023 at Rivers Casino, 3000 South River Road, Des Plaines, Illinois 60018 in the greater metropolis of Chicago. This will take place from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Tickets are going at $120 online, featuring free dinner and cash bar. For more info, call Siddiq Gello on 678-851-6601. Let's get together and party.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Saturday, 30th September 2023. It's the last day of the month. We do thank you for joining us. Let us know where you're watching us from as we get into this exciting and interesting show that we have for you today. All right, today we're speaking financial services, an interesting organization with an interesting name, Lupiya Financial Services. What's their story? How was this founded? How is it working? How are things going? So that's what we're going to be doing today, and we look forward to an amazing discussion. Tell a friend that ZBTR is live, and you can find us on YouTube at ZBTR TV, and on Facebook we are Zambia Blog Talk Radio. So subscribe and follow our channel, and it's going to be exciting. All right, let's welcome our guests. And joining us today, I believe it's from Lusaka, Zambia, Mr. Muchu and his wife, Evelyn Kaingu. They are the co-founders of Lupiya Financial Services. Evelyn, Muchu, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us, Nathan. Looking forward to just connecting with you, the diaspora community, and just exciting to be here. So thank you very much.
Yes. It's I think it's the first time we're talking to a couple who have done something together. So we're looking forward to this interesting conversation. Since you are appearing here for the first time, let's get to know about who is Evelyn, who is Muchu, and before you established Lupiya, what were you guys doing before that?
Okay, so I am an economist, and that's my background. Mm-hmm. I started my career in finance, actually, and then I went into what we do now, which is being an entrepreneur. And perhaps now people could either call me a banker or a financial analyst at this point. Yes. But basically, that would be pretty much my background, and now in financial services and trying to be I'm an entrepreneur.
Muchu?
So my background is in software engineering.
Okay.
Early on in my career, I ventured into entrepreneurship. Then from entrepreneurship, went into retail as an employee, and then left retail to then venture back into entrepreneurship. So I've, apart from financial services, where I'm currently applying myself, I've had startups in legal tech as well as retail tech in the past.
Excellent. I can see the financial economics background and the IT takes. We shall hear more as we go along. So what prompted the formation of Lupiya? Tell us how that conversation started. That first conversation, Evelyn, you had, the two of you.
A little bit interesting at the time. So I was still, and we actually met in retail, Muchu and I.
Yeah.
And ideally, I had worked on staff accounts at the time, and we're just trying to see how best we can sort of leverage such a platform. And that's where the initial conversations had started. But we had a trading business, Muchu and I, and it also fell on hard times. And we couldn't fulfill a number of orders that we had, typically because we couldn't qualify for typical formal lending requirements.
Okay.
And so we set out on that bold ambition to build the next SME platform and bank where SMEs alike could access capital. And that's sort of what really started the trajectory of us building our platform. We didn't have the resources at the time, and so we had to really think innovatively of how we're going to be able to deliver this. And so we thought the only way we can sort of have this reach is a non-traditional way of building the platform online, and our clients would then come to the website and be able to access our loans. So at inception, we targeted a community group of 100 people that we gave small loans to, and then eventually we were able to transfer the business into fully going hybrid and creating the platform that we have right now.
Muchu, starting a financial service is not like you've said. You guys already had, is it a trading company? And I think I'm allowed to say this. We know the Kaingu family is synonymous with being very entrepreneur minded and business minded. Banking or any financial services is not like anything else you've done. What are the things you learned from this, and what challenges did you face?
Yeah, so for me, it was completely new, like you've rightly observed. So basically, I was starting from scratch, and the way I look at it is because I was starting from scratch, because I was the novice in this industry. The upside was also equally high, because then there was a lot of opportunity to grow, a lot of opportunity to learn as well. So then that also excited me, because I'm a perpetual learner. So then I started teaching myself a lot of the terminology, a lot of the core principles. And then I think one of the advantages is that from a software engineering perspective,
yes,
it's almost taken for granted that you have to understand a domain before you build platforms for that domain. So I think at least I had that background and that sort of learning to my advantage. And even in the previous businesses, like I ventured into legal tech without being a lawyer, so I had to learn a whole new industry from that. So I think picking on from all of these different learnings in the past, I think I brought that strength into building Lupiya as well.
Lupiya, okay. All right, so having said what we have said now, tell us about Lupiya. I mean, what is Lupiya? I mean, what services does Lupiya and products offer? What is Lupiya?
So Lupiya is an online platform that provides online loans, investments, and now payments. And what we are now able to provide for our clients is holistic financial solutions, where we can provide the on-lending. We can have investors earn returns by investing into the loans that we have on our platform through our peer-to-peer platform. And through that, would like to be able to provide payment solutions where clients can then move their funds across platforms, or be able to make transactions on the cards that we would be able to provide to the clients through our partnership with MasterCard. And so it's basically an era of really expanding our domain. Typically, we've given individual loans, we've given SME loans, we've given mid-corporate business loans. We provided an investment platform where individuals can actually invest into the loans that we have. We also have a special purpose vehicle which we call Lupiya for Women. We intentionally give women SMEs financing for their businesses. And so now we are positioning into a neobank And
Okay.
with our partnership with MasterCard, we're now able to provide holistic banking solutions for our clients and be able to solve for the last mile and last mile distribution of the funds.
Interesting. So, who qualifies to receive the services of Rupiah? Well, I mean, that, and you said it's an online platform, right? So, no, there's nothing like me walking into your office to say I would like a loan or something like that. Who qualifies to receive the services that Rupiah offers?
Yeah, so maybe I'll take that one. It depends on the service that one wants to access. So if you are looking at loans, one of the key considerations for us is cash flow. So we like to have line of sight of where the loan repayments will come from. So be it an individual or a small business owner, um, regardless, we need to see the cash flows to support the loan repayments. Then beyond that, uh, typically we would look at additional KYC, so the identity of the person, and then we also look at supporting documentation that supports the business case, right? So like because we spoke about cash flows, we would need to see either bank statements or mobile money statements to then support those cash flows. And then for some loan types, we take collateral as well. So depending on ticket size,
Okay, I guess most likely our guests will probably, yeah. Uh-huh.
sorry, I think there was a bit of intermittence there.
Yes,
Depending
yes.
on ticket size,
Uh-huh.
can you still hear us? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay. Yes. So I was just talking about some loan types requiring collateral, and then from an investments perspective, um, anyone qualifies to make an investment on the platform, provided they can that the source of funds is not from any illegal activities. So you find that in the KYC process, we find out like what is the source of funds for the investment.
How
And
do
then
you
from
deal with, if I'm a startup, I've got an idea, how
yes.
do you deal with cases like that? What would be the requirements for a startup?
So if you're typically that's not our playing field because our model is dependent on cash flows.
Okay.
So we finance businesses that are post revenue for that
Okay.
reason. So we wouldn't look at idea stage startups.
Okay. That's interesting. I'm sure that is very clear and understandable from everybody. So if somebody said, how is Rupiah different from traditional banking institutions? What would you say about that?
So the key differentiator would be distribution. As we have discussed, Lupia is an online platform, so it's online only. So basically, the only physical location we have is our head office. So that's completely different from your traditional bank.
Okay.
The other one is that in the demographic that we serve, is typically a demographic that the banks are not looking at. So we're looking at individuals as well as small businesses that typically would not be part of the bank customer base. So yeah, I think that is a key differentiator, and also our motivation for what we do is to help
Okay. Okay. We had a breaking transmission there. You're on mute. You're on mute. I can't hear you. All right. We seem to be, I think they're probably in the outskirts of Lusaka. So they shall be joining us momentarily, and we shall be going back to, all right, here, let's see if we can get them back here. Okay.
Can you hear?
Yes, now I can hear you. So you can go back to the response from the beginning.
Okay. Sorry, we're struggling with Zambian internet.
I think you seem to be in the outskirts of Lusaka. Could that be the challenge?
Yeah, possibly.
Yes,
Yeah, that could be the reason. Yes.
Yes. You were saying?
Yeah. So I think the last one was what was? Okay, can you just remind me the last question?
I think I asked was it about how you are different from traditional banking institutions? Was that the question?
Yes. So that's exactly what we're saying. That so one is that we are completely for what we do. It's not just primarily about making money, but also about impact. Yes, it is important for us to make money. It is important for us to be profitable, but we always reflect on where we started. Some of the challenges that we faced ourselves as entrepreneurs, and wanting to create a level playing field for people like us.
Now, you are if you're an online institution and you've only got, like you've said, an office which is headquarters, obviously from where you operate and do everything. What has been your strategy, or what mechanism have you employed to be known, to reach out to the community there who need your services and your products? And most of them are, are small scale and medium, I believe, enterprises. How has that been? How has it worked?
So it's been a lot of marketing, and a lot of marketing around either positioning and brand awareness, as well as partnerships that we've engaged in. Intentionally, we work with a lot of women platforms that support business or financial modeling. We work with a lot of PR entities, as well as marketing platforms, be it billboards, be it brand awareness. But a lot of it happens digitally. You'll be amazed to understand the community that actually exists on social media, and we typically leverage that. And so it's really a combination of the inbound, outbound marketing that we do to leverage those entities. And it's amazing that they can actually make 4 applications online. Okay. And I think typically the leg that we find is typically missing is them just being able to demonstrate financial transactions, which typically a lot of businesses will still like to transact with cash, and they will not be able to show us or keep those transactions on mobile money or into a bank account. And so generally the leg of really getting to the customer and communicating to them and them finding us, we've been able to do that digitally. And now the next leg is to ensure that how best do we incentivize our clients to be able to show these transactions on their bank account or on mobile money. Okay,
that's very interesting. And I see some level of trust and confidence in the clientele there, because everything is being done online. There are some aspects which can be challenging. So, Jen, on the overall, before we get to talking about how the diaspora can get engaged with this, overall, how would you describe the response and how people have appreciated Lupiya and its contribution to the economic development of the country?
So in a number of ways. So firstly, we're the only entity that can fully give a loan online, and we look at multiple variables that we can use to actually verify an individual and actually reach the individual. And so that's been appreciated. Intentionally, we have a special purpose vehicle, which is SME financing that we provide to women. So intentionally, we do that as an entity. And one of the real things that come out of that is just really ensuring that we can help small businesses scale to the next phase of their growth, be it were you selling at 1,000 kwacha, 5,000 kwacha, and can we bring you up to 30,000 kwacha within 6 to 12 months. Also on the individual space as well. There are hybrid models. A lot of Zambians do a lot of side hustles, and we tend to also fund that. We have a special loan product tailored to that individually or specifically. And also to the digital ecosystem. This being one of the fintechs, firstly being able to fundraise, be able to hit those fundraising milestones for an entrepreneurial platform at this stage in the country, as well as generally in the entrepreneurial space for women, being a women-led entity, being co-founders as couples. We get a lot of just really that renaissance from individuals and platforms alike, just having examples in the community to demonstrate ability to build something like this and be able to just grow from there. So I think that's perhaps one of the contributions I would say we have been able to do as an entity.
Yeah, that's excellent, amazing. Somebody's watching from the UK, Australia, in the United States, Canada, and they're like, okay, Muchu, Evelyn, I've got a Kantemba somewhere in Solwezi. How does it work? How does it work? What am I supposed to do?
Okay, so they basically would apply online. They'll be able to give us their KYC, which is basically their identity documentation, and then they just need to show us their transaction history. And so this is the transactions sorry, can you get me? So these are the transactions of their business that they keep either on their mobile money or on their bank account. And typically, I would also be able, depending on the loan size, either ask for collateral or not. And so loans typically below 30,000 kwacha will be asking for, we don't ask for collateral. And if it's above 30,000 kwacha, we'll typically ask for collateral in this regard. And this would be tailored or rather covered for us by a partner that's able to be able to do the assessments, and they then provide us with the information, and we're able to tie it in either with the entity or regulator behind it. So if it's with PACRA, we'll be able to register the collateral. If it's with vehicles, we're able to register with RATSA. If it's so it just depends on the level of collateral that we're receiving, and we're able to ensure that someone in Solwezi can actually apply for a loan with us.
Okay, interesting. Dr. Nyendwa is asking, she's watching from Houston, Texas. She says, what is the interest rate for your loans?
So our interest rates will range from 5 to 8% per month. And these apply based off of business loans, either individual, and depending on the margins as well on the business loans, we can also scale back and drop those rates to about 4.5%.
Okay. You mentioned something, Evelyn, to say a loan above, is it 30,000? Okay. They are in the outskirts of Lusaka, so the Wi-Fi is a little bit challenging. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We are trying to connect here with all right, that seems to be Lupiya. Let me show you the website. I think it's interesting, or it will be good to check out the website. There it is, www.lupiya.com. I was looking at the website. It's very interesting, some of the things they do and the products that they have. and you'll be amazed. Just go to that website, everybody, www.lupiya.com. Very easy, simple. And if you want to get in touch with them, here is the information. That's the email, and that's the phone number. All that information is actually on the website. If you go to the website, you will see that information is all there. Okay, and let's see if we can get them back. Otherwise, we are going to take a commercial break.
Zaga.
Hi everyone, we are talking to Evelyn and Muchu Kaingu. They are the co-founders of Lupiya Financial Services. They seem to be, I think they are... Okay.
Can you still hear us?
Yes, we can. You went inside. That's better.
Yeah, we tried to get a better location for the reception. Yeah.
Okay. What were we talking about, Evelyn? Was it the interest rate? Did we finish that point?
Yes, so we were trying to just elaborate on the fact how would someone in Solwezi make the loan application. And so it was basically what we apply online and picking the loan type that would, the three business loan types that we have on the platform. They'll then be able to provide us with their KYC documentation of themselves, which is the director in the business or the owner of the business, and the information of the business itself. And then we want to also get the transaction history, which can either sit from mobile money or from the bank account. And it's from there that, based off of the loan amount, we might seek collateral or not. And if we need collateral in that regard, we have a partner based in Solwezi who's able to finish that last mile of our collateral processing, and we should be able to provide a loan to the individual or the business.
Okay, all right. Nasilele from Indiana is asking, is there a maximum amount that one can borrow?
So yes, there is, and on the individual side, it's 250,000 kwacha, and on the business side, it's 1 million kwacha.
Oh wow, okay. Who qualifies for 1 million? What would qualify me for 1 million?
So in our category, this would be a mid-corporate entity. So they would have been making revenue of over
Hi, Uncle Richard from Baltimore, and Dr. Munsanje, Philadelphia, in the house. Thank you as always. Yes, you were talking about what qualifies me for 1 million.
Yes, so this would typically be if you're a business that's generating over 500,000 of revenue. We start to make considerations, and we should have collateral in place to be able to satisfy the facility, and as well as the KYC documentation, which is basically information that enables us to know the business and the directors or the individuals or owners of the business.
Okay. Anything else, Muchu?
Nathan, can you still hear us?
Yes, I'm saying, would you like to add on anything to what Evelyn has said on that amount?
Hi, Nathan, can you still hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Here's another business. Here's another question. All of them are interesting. This is interesting. How long does one have to be in business before they can be considered for a loan?
So you have to have operated for 12 months for us to be able to provide you with a loan. And by 12 months, it will be 12 consistent financial transactions on a month-on-month basis.
Okay, all right, that's a good one. Interesting question there. Okay, so recently, a story about Lupiya went viral. You know what I'm talking about here. When the organization got 8.25 million in a Series A funding led by, I think it was Alithia IDF Fund. What does this entail for the organization, that financial boost that you got?
So the reason why we did the fundraise was to build capacity in the organization. So build capacity in the team, build capacity in the technology, so as to serve our customers better. So what our customers will be able to expect post this fundraise will be faster and more affordable services.
And then just adding to Muchu's as well. So while continuing to expand those operations in Zambia, we also have expansion plans, and so that's to expand into Tanzania and Malawi to be able to provide the same services to individuals and SMEs. Yes, that's correct. So it was for operations and expansion plans.
Okay, and I'm glad you've raised that point, Evelyn, where you've mentioned Tanzania, Malawi. So you are internet, you are online, you know social media platforms and everything. They say you don't know who's watching online. Okay, so if somebody from Malawi wants to apply for a loan, if somebody from Zimbabwe, somebody from Botswana, how does that work?
So we'll still do it the same way we do it in Zambia, with the verified KYC platforms that they have in country to them. And we'll be able to leverage that financial data that they have as well that we typically use in Zambia. So is it mobile money? Is it financial statements? And if, for example, we're working with cooperatives or partners, how well is this information documented? And so we'll still be leveraging the same type of platforms. And as we also did our market research, why we also picked on the countries that we have is that they also have advanced KYC compared to us in Zambia. And so operating as an online entity, the KYC is very important for us to be able to verify clearly because we don't meet the customer face to face. And we can only verify them digitally, which is what we've done for a number of years. And so those countries were able to demonstrate that. And that's why it's a very, it was a much easier decision to decide on Tanzania and Malawi because of similar approaches and how we acquire our customers.
Okay. Interesting. So now, the diaspora are listening. There's no need for me to start using money from my pocket, right? I can reach out to Lupiya to fund my project. Right?
Yes.
That's very correct.
Yeah. So everybody watching, you see all these services and coming our way. I think this is good for us. It's good business. It's a good way to do things because most over the years, what has happened is we've used money from our pockets to fund our construction business, to fund our, our side things that we are doing. And everybody, ladies and gentlemen, here you are. Lupiya is there to give you a loan for you to make that expansion that you're able to do. What are your plans to expand? What should we look forward to as far as your expansion program is concerned?
So Nathan, maybe just before we dive into that question, I think one of the other services that the diaspora can benefit from is our investments platform.
Yes.
So basically, how that works is we allow people to invest in the loans on our portfolio, and then we have a shared revenue model. So that's a very good proposition for people in the diaspora because we're offering returns that you wouldn't ordinarily get in most of the developed countries. Whereas in a developed country, you'd be lucky if you get anything between 5 to 10%. We're offering returns of up to 36% per annum. So I think that's a good vehicle that people can tap into in the diaspora.
Okay, it's on the website, right?
It is on the website, yes.
I think you need to repeat that point. Diaspora people like to hear those things. So what should they look for when they go to the website?
So when they go to the website, they just need to go to the invest page. So it's on the main menu. So when they click the invest page, they can register an account in less than 5 minutes. And then they'll be able to see the loans that are on the platform. So the next step after you register an account is to find a way to fund your wallet, because once you register your account, you get a wallet on Lupiya. So you need to fund that wallet in one of three ways. One way is you can use your card. You can use your Visa or MasterCard to load funds into your account. And then you can also transfer money into our bank account. And for those in the diaspora who have mobile money accounts, local mobile money accounts, so you can also fund your wallet through a mobile money account. After loading money in your wallet, you'll be able to see how much cash is actually sitting in your Lupiya wallet ready for investment. Then you go to the investment page where you see a list of loans that are available for funding. Then you can choose the ones that you would like to fund. We give you enough information to make an informed decision on which loans to fund, but we withhold personal details for the protection of the borrowers.
Okay.
And then also another important point that I said was that what investors would be expecting to earn on the platform. So I mentioned returns of up to 36% per annum in comparison to in most developed countries, you'd only be getting, if you're lucky, you get 10% per annum.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I think that's important information because objectively, that's the purpose of this conversation, is to let the diaspora community know how they can get engaged with Lupiya. Is there a minimum amount currency would like to see in the 12 months transaction of a business seeking a loan? That's a question from Matilda.
So no, maybe just circling back to where we began in terms of how our model works. So it's the cash flow driven model. So basically we then tie those cash flows to the loan repayments. So basically the only variable would be the amount of money that one is eligible for.
Okay.
So basically, depending on how much money is coming into the business, that's a key driver into the eligible amount.
All right, Matilda Onvera. Next is from California. If I have USA citizenship, am I still eligible for a Lupiya loan? Okay. So I like the last part or last thing that they said as they try to come back here. I think the Wi-Fi is frozen, where you can go to the website and make that investment. That's very interesting information there. Okay. Here they come. Yeah. At times when you're dealing with Zambia, you face those challenges. But like I've said, I think they are somewhere in the outskirts of Lusaka. That's where the problem is. Okay. Here's the question. If I have US citizenship, am I eligible for a Lupiya loan?
Unfortunately not. You would have to be resident, at least in a country that we are providing a loan. So in this regard, Zambia, and we move to Tanzania, you'd have to be a resident of Tanzania or Malawi. So we wouldn't be able to. But what
So Ntei, that's the response to that. I think I would like her to explain further on that point. I don't see any, okay, I don't see any, personally, I hope I'm understanding what she's saying. I do not see any difference between you being in Africa and being in the US. Let's see if she can explain that point better, and so that we understand better. Because I don't know what you all think, because it doesn't make any difference if I'm in the US, in England and Australia, and if I'm in Malawi, Tanzania, and Egypt, or any of those places there. Okay, let's see if we can finish this. Evelyn, you are saying it's not possible if somebody's in the US. What's the difference between the US and Malawi?
So, we have to verify, and we use certain entities to be able to do this. So it be your CRB platforms, other entities that you are registered with, and so we need that KYC fully complete.
Okay.
But one other way that we've been able to overcome this is people who make investments or placements onto our platform to invest into the loans that we have on the peer-to-peer platform that Muchu mentioned. We actually have about 7 people in the diaspora community from 7 countries who are investing on our peer-to-peer platform, and they can then get a loan against their investment. And in that regard, we are able to leverage a loan for you from a different country.
Okay, all right. I guess that makes sense. Dr. Monsanje says, do you monitor progress on the projects that you have funded loans by loans?
Yes, so we do. We have a
Okay, we shall soon be winding up. Let me take advantage of this by saying a lot of people have been asking how they can advertise on ZBTR. Let me just show you. Okay, here they come. Yes, how do you monitor?
Yes, so we have 2 different teams that manage the pre and post displacement processes of the business. And as we onboard the client, you work with particularly the front office team, and then the back office team take over the facility from the time that the loan is displaced into following up on the progress on your business, and as well as finally into closing. And so at certain variations, there might be need to make actual visits. All monetization is done through statements that we collect on a monthly basis from our business loan clients, as well as understanding the progress. And we might have to make a visit if we perhaps don't hear from you 5 days post the loan collection time. And so the variation sort of changes on that management side of things.
Okay.
Based off of the lifetime of the loan is, yes.
I'm sure the information you've shared is clear, and there's a website there. I looked at the website for quite a long time, and it's what you call user friendly. The information is clear. It just guides you through our. So what's the way forward? What should we expect from Lupiya? What's the expansion? What does the expansion look like?
I mean, for us, it's really finally positioning to be able to provide those holistic financial solutions as we position into a neobank. It's very important that a customer can find the whole complete ecosystem. We also are looking at bill credit, or being able to support school fee financing. We potentially might look at insurance, so we're very excited about that, where we can extend financing for insurance, be it medical insurance that you might need. We are talking to a few players on the market. as well as just expanding the operations in Zambia and moving into Tanzania. It's a very exciting space for us and challenging times, but we love a challenge to be able to do this. And so we really hope that we can also provide a very good value proposition for our diaspora community. I visited Atlanta a few months ago, and we realized how important a good diaspora value proposition was, and we are working on that and effectively hoping that we can get it over the line towards the end of the year and be able to announce the proposition, and just looking forward to giving that right product to you and seeing how best we can work together.
Yes, I think a diaspora engagement proposition is very important, as both the diaspora is moving forward in its involvement and engagement in national development, and also for companies like yours coming up. Thank you, Evelyn, Muchi, for taking your time to engage with us and inform us about what is going on at Lupiya. Okay, I guess yes, I said thank you for joining us and taking the time to share with us about Lupiya.
Thank you so much, Nathan, and thanks for having us. It's unfortunate that the internet was bad, and otherwise we're very excited about being on the show. And we hope you can have us again, and we'll make sure we have the right connection and we'll be in the right location for this interview to just share more, share the story and the proposition.
We look forward to doing that. Have a wonderful weekend, and we wish you a mega expansion of the company.
Thank you, Nathan.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, everybody, that was our conversation and discussion with Evelyn and Muchu Kaingu. They are the founders of Lupiya Financial Services. You can engage them. The information is there on the site. Join us next week for a mega, 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 mega. I have a mega surprise for all of you. I will not tell you. Just watch our Facebook page, Zambia Blog Talk Radio, and YouTube. I have a major surprise for you. I will not tell you what it is. I just want you to look forward to it. And please join us next week for another exciting show on ZBTR.
Zaga Duro Kuplan Oluti 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 Tada Don't you love me Neka
Zambia Blog Talk Radio.